Welcome back, everyone. This is Shadow Drake, and yeah, as you can see, I've done quite a lot. I've had to do a lot of mining, I've had to do a lot of printing, I've had to do quite a bit of stuff. So now we are returning, and we're actually getting to the point where I need to actually launch. Well, first I gotta load up the rocket and then launch it. But before I do that, I need to change my rocket landing equation so that at 93% is when it kicks off the thing. So there we go. All right. Now the deep miner map is looking about the same as always. At this point, the graph is just, you know, barely barely filling it up from there. I need airs in there. I'm just gonna let two batteries go low, and this is. I'll be honest. Staring at this, we might see a little square somewhere fill up or whatnot. Yeah, that's a work in progress. Let's go ahead and shower real quick. Now, if you pay attention to my food meter over here, it says that I am at best food. I finally did it. I made some bread. Yeah. Now that I'm at 4-star food quality, now my hydration is in great standing. So I can finally function so much better. My switchgrass is growing and poking through the wall. That's clearly not a problem. And as you can see, my ferns are growing, my soys are growing, they're thriving, my wheat is being picked, my cocoa is kind of still growing, sugarcane, tomatoes, pumpkins, corn. So basically my greenhouse is becoming an actual everything farm. So it's perfect. I'm getting food, different food qualities, all that fun stuff. So basically what this video is going to be, or what this part is going to be, it's mostly going to be me loading up the rocket and getting it ready for launch. So before I do that, uh, well, I got some stuff I need to put away. Yeah, because we're going to prepare for basically getting the deep miners. It's not going to be this part, but I got to get the base. I got to leave the base running in such a way that it's not going to, explode itself to death while I'm gone. Really don't want that to happen. So first things first, I have to get this chip in here. Alright, so now that that's there, if I remember right, it is avionics. Avionics, rocket avionics, and then engine. And then I'm just going to name this housing, landing, cargo, so that I can know which one it is. And there it goes. That's all set up. And now it's just a matter of loading this thing. So, oh, and finishing the weld up top. All right, so the rocket is essentially ready. If you've seen the last part, you know that I built it up from scratch. I gave it about 5,000 to 6,000 moles of fuel. And now it's just a matter of getting it ready. Before I do that though, I am going to put this active vent here. Because I've been trying to get this set up so that I can the advanced composter set up so that I can get some nitrogen because I really want to heal this, and I don't want to be dealing with the fact that I can't heal that because I don't have the flippin' bloody thing. I don't have nitrogen. So I'm still kind of struggling from nitrogen, but that switchgrass is going to become nitrogen. The only other thing that I've done is I've expanded my battery. I've got an extra Stirling generator, so my base is kind of coming along. As far as things go, that's getting filled. That's very slowly getting filled, and this liquid pollutant tank here is groaning and stuff. And the only reason it's groaning is because I am going to be using this for my real world cooler. And I have, 68 kilomoles of pollutants, which is going to be necessary. But I am going to disconnect that so that it doesn't explode while I am gone. So now let's take a stockpile of what we're going to need to go into the rockets. Since I am going to make an outpost, let's calmly think about what needs to go. And if I remember right, it is the last thing that goes in is what comes out. So let's I could pack everything in boxes. I really could pack everything in boxes, but I'm gonna be lazy and not pack everything in boxes. So let's see. This is my walls. I printed a whole ton of stuff right here, and honestly, I can just go on ahead and shut this down. So I think what I am going to do is I am going to bring the towers and the umbilical on my own, but I have a whole smattering of stuff here. So let's think about this. Let's work on. Actually, is it the last thing? Okay, so let's get a deep miner, the advanced airlock, and a pipe valve. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to go and load these three things. So deep miner, air, deep miner, airlock, and a valve. We're going to load that into the rocket so that I can confirm it's first in, first out. First in, last out. And this will be fairly straightforward. We're going to go into the rocket. Let's make sure everything is on. Open door. Yep, on. And can I? Nope. Gotta go from the other end. And the reason I want to be a little bit smart about this is because my outpost is nowhere near set up yet. It's, it's literally just a launch pad and a bunch of spaces that I am going to put my deep miners at. So this is not open, and I want 3 items so that I can put them. So what I've done here is an entry and an offload. So let's put the deep miner first, then the airlock, then the valve. All right, so I am going to open this and see which came first. The valve. Okay, so the last thing I load is what comes out first. Perfect. Okay, so that lets me know how I'm going to fill this thing. That looks so weird. I thought that I broke something. It's going in the thing and looping, isn't it? Oh, you're kidding me. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab it. No! Okay, fine. Got it. Okay, that was funny. Alright, now that that's there, I can go on ahead and close this. Alright, so let's think about things that have to go first. So we're gonna load this rocket. The things I need to build last will be first. Whoops, sorry. So as far as base goes, that's an ore trader. He's not gonna do anything because, I mean, it's not like he's gonna do anything right now. Alright, so first things first. We're gonna go on ahead and load the deep miners. That's gonna be the very last things to load. I mean, that I'm gonna work with. And next up, I think will be the stackers, because I really don't need that. The SDB silos and the sorters. Now, I'm only grabbing the sorters because I'm not entirely sure if I am gonna need them just then. So that's what they're for. So I'm grabbing the sorters just for the sake of this whole thing is just a mess. Ladders. Whoops. Walls. So I want to keep some of this. Okay, so let's go ahead and load. Okay, so the deep miners are the last things to go in. Sorters and walls. And what I want to do is start loading some chutes as well. Okay. I'm gonna need a lot of chutes because this is going to be the whole deep miner system. How much power am I using? Almost 10 kilowatts of power. The Sterlings are definitely making that up, but it's struggling. Okay, I want to leave 2 batches of chutes here for myself. So let's go get the other chutes. I think I am going to need that many chutes because I'll be honest, riding chutes between deep miners and all of that other stuff, it's a lot of chutes. Yeah. You know what? Let's leave 4 things of chutes. Let's focus on loading the rockets. So let's just get stuff. I don't know how many materials I am going to need. So let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Let's just take one more set of chutes. Let's take 80 chutes. That should be enough because I need to have enough chutes for the deep miner routing and enough chutes for basically the offloading of a rocket because I do want to potentially have it, you know, maybe use like a packaging system because what is it? Is it the stacker? Yeah, the stacker has the loader, which the loader allows you to, you know, get cardboard boxes and load them. So, you know, that would, I talked about it briefly, that would really help me with the deep miner stuff. So get in there. What's this? Sorters. Get in there. Silos, stackers, chutes. Actually, there's something I forgot to build an APC. All right, got that. I forgot to build an APC because I do need to get the airlock. Sorry. All right. Let me make sure my mic is still good. Yep, it's still good. All right, so we got that. Let's get my advanced airlock back out. Let's see. I don't need a battery kit. Those 50 glass sheets were meant to come with me. I will need some logic transmitters. I don't think I'll go for the access bridges. I actually need an IC10. That's for the. So I'm gonna grab a housing. I need to make an IC10, and I do need to make an APC. So. Okay, so pretty sure. Yep, there it is. Okay, power controller. I need one of you.
Waste tank caution.
Waste tank caution. It's been a while. I have consoles. I have sensors. Where's my IC10? There you are. Go ahead and tell it to print those two. All right. So I probably only need 2 of them. Okay, so let's think about stuff. I need basically the airlock supplies. So I'm gonna need some pipes. I'm gonna need these passive vents. I'm gonna need these active vents. Airlock. I don't think I need that many pipes, to be honest. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna store these. Okay. Oh man, that's so much junk. Okay, so You know what? We're just gonna take 5 consoles. Just because. What else can I store? We're gonna need 20 electronic parts because I don't think SDV silos need electronic parts. They do not. Nothing else needs that. However, deep miners, I took 5 of them. 5 of them, 5 times 4 is 20, so I will need exactly 20 of them. So yeah, I got that. So 20 of them. Let's see. That will go right there. This is part of something else. So this is some electrical stuff. Oh, doors. I need doors for airlocks. There should be some doors here somewhere. Maybe. There they are. 2 doors. I believe doors need iron sheets. Before I forget, I'm just going to open this and send it out. Now, I do want to potentially recharge this, so I think I will need to grab 1 utility pipe kit. This is for emergency air. 1 utility pipe bit, and I think I need another active vent. So do I have another active vent? I have powered vents. That's not going to help. Okay, I got to print out 1 more active vent because while I'm over there, I am going to potentially need more oxygen. I have space oxygen. I have CO2 filters. And I got some space oxygen ice. So I can use that to pressurize my space, and then I can just use that to pressurize my oxygen canister over here, and then I can clean it up later. I'll be honest, I can kind of clean it up later. When I can take it here in like a vacuum, I can just completely drain it, and then just, you know, keep it from polluting that. Okay, so for my airlock, I got the APC. Have I done anything with the battery charger? Do I still have the small battery charger here somewhere? I think I want to put a... I think I want to take that. No, I don't seem to. Oh, it's because it's in the greenhouse. Okay, that's fine. Let's get a battery charger. And that's only because just in case I need to recharge some tools. So let's see. This is all airlock supplies. Right here. This is all airlock supplies. And then this is all logic stuff, which is... Hold on. Let's get the logic stuff and the battery charger first. Okay, and then I have 1 locker kit. I do have a locker out there. Okay. I got a lot of frames and sheets. Okay, let's hold on. I didn't... Okay, yeah. Hold on. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. So I am gonna load the logic stuff. So that's the that's this utility pipe for my canister, air canister. Utility pipe for the air canister, battery charger for the for batteries, then IC transmitter there. Okay. Now I am going to load the advanced airlock, the console, some pipes, my passive vents, utility pipes, APC, door. Okay. Alright. So now my rocket has stuff for the interiors. No, I am not going to... I'm not going to... Is this still... Yes, it's still good. I am not going to need a refrigerator over there because I'm taking non-perishable foods. Now comes the materials for building up my stuff. So first, of course, is going to be my electronic parts. Then I am going to take some steel, some basically 3 loads of plastic sheets, some glass sheets. Uh, I'm probably going to need a lot of steel sheets, so I'm going to pack. I'm going to leave that at base. Pack those. So I got my electronic parts. Now I'm going to need construction materials, so I'm going to do the walls, and then I am going to use frames like this. So this is how I'm going to pack it. I want my locker out first because that's going to be the interior. Then I'll have frames, steel sheets, glass sheets. That's going to be essentially the next little bits. So let's go ahead and pack those. I need to trash those. So, interesting story. I did a boo-boo and I accidentally and my game crashed when I was doing the mining. It took me quite a while to do that. So I went out to do some mining. And when the game does a lot of the mining stuff, it crashes. So when I set up the deep miners, I am going to save the game. I am going to start them at some point. I'm going to save and restart the video. Because I don't know why, but the deep miners, for some reason, are very heavy on the RAM that's used. And I have a high likelihood of my game just crashing. So I will set up the deep miners, but I won't turn them on. When I'm ready to turn them on, I will save the game, uh, restart my game completely, and then I will turn them on. So there's going to be a jump cut where I basically will just turn them on and wait for them to do their thing, and then come back to it. Because every single time that I've started up my deep miners, my game has crashed. I don't know what it is about the memory for that. It just crashes them. I don't know why. It just does it. Alright, so the last thing is shoot umbilicals. I only need 2, and I'll need the launch tower, and I'm keeping those with me. Oh, things that I forgot. Cables. I'm just gonna take cables with me. Just like that. I don't think I'll need heavy cables, but I'll just take some heavy cables with me. So I'll take the heavy cables with me. I don't need piping. What else? What else am I thinking of needing? I don't really think I need anything else. Shoot umbilicals. That. I'll turn off my. Okay. Gonna go ahead and fill that up. All right. Now I have 2 boxes here. One is a box of food, which I am taking with me. And the other is a box of water, which I am also taking with me. So I have basically my boxes of food and water. And because I will have a pressurized space over there, I will, you know, I will sadly, my hygiene is not going to be above 150%. Before I go, I do want to check on my plants. Make sure that it's all good over here. They're not seeded yet. Okay, I have some tomato seeds. Sugarcane. Oh, cocoa seeds right there. Awesome. I might have to wait until the cocos are fully done. Oh, this is all done. Shoot. Are y'all done yet? Okay, hold on. Let's get the backpack because I'm gonna need the backpack for space. Cocoa does not, chocolate cocoa powder does not go to waste, thankfully. So let's see. So I'm gonna plant that. I can always get seeds. Thankfully, cocoa is perennial. I will grab the soy. Because I need the oil. Okay. Seed faster, guys. Alright, so now I can get the wheat. Oh, wheat as well. That way when I come back to base, I have... excuse me. I have new plants. Sugarcane is also done. Okay. Let's process this stuff first. Alright, so... it's a lot of flour. And next is oil. Okay. Yeah, I have some canned French fries now. Okay, let's see what else. My tomatoes have seeded, so that means I can get rid of these potatoes. And plant new tomatoes. Don't know what I'm gonna do with those. Corn is done too. I think I'm just gonna... since corn is not perennial, I'm just gonna replant the corn. Keep the seeds. Alright. Perfect. Good, I have some cocoa now. Alright. New cocoa is growing. Sugarcane. Oh. One is not done yet. Now it's done. There we go. So other than the pumpkins, basically my greenhouse is in a state of growth. Okay. Now, tomatoes and corn I'm just gonna put in here. I don't like that I have so much of the flippin' potatoes. Get out. And 9 cocoa powder. So I got some cocoa powder, I got some sugar. I can actually make some stuff with that, which is actually going to work out really well. Like, mostly cakes and stuff because about the eggs. Okay, so let's see. I got cables, I got my rocket launching stuff. I got the food and the water that I am going
Hunger
to
is
take.
caution.
My hunger is caution, which I am eating this bread loaf. I kid you not, bread loaf is an extremely powerful food for this, just because it lasts a while and it only costs wheat. So just having wheat gives you access to some perishable, non-perishable foods and some really good foods as well. It's insane. Okay, so let's see. I got cables, I got that, I got my food. What else do I need over there? I don't think I need anything else. Uh, yeah, I don't think I'll need anything else. I just need to have a change of batteries. Okay, let's change my batteries. Um, what am I doing? Okay,
Oxygen low.
I don't think I need anything else over there. I think I got everything. I'm not planning on having. Oh, I think I know what I need. I might need. Did I pack some utility pipes? I don't think I did. Did I pipe utility pipes? Pack utility pipes? Did I? Thought I did. No, they're right here. Okay. I'm gonna bring the utility pipes because what I think I might do is I might need to store that oxygen in that outpost when I'm not gonna be there, so that, once I'm ready to leave, I store the oxygen. And I'm not really planning on having a cooling system there or anything like that. It's just supposed to be a temporary outpost that I can make livable for eating and drinking and airing out. So let's just put this stuff in the locker so that there's nothing on the ground. My base is just basically going to run itself while I am gone. So food, utility pipes for storing gas, lots of cables. Okay, I think we are ready to launch the rocket and send it that way. So I need to be here to control the rocket to go into space and back down. Yeah, this is getting close. It's also rising in temps. It's to be expected. This also will need to be changed up so that it does not freeze. When will pollutants freeze? Pretty sure 1800 kilopascals. Oh, okay. So I actually could have gone lower. So I'll set it to 1900 and leave it alone. All right, let's do one final check. All that is there. The That thing is there. Okay. That means now I can pull the lever so that they all come back, and we're ready to launch my rocket. My base can handle itself while I'm gone. That trader is just going to stick there for practically forever. All right. Ugh. Saving game because I really don't want to load the rocket again. Let's see. I need air. I have one battery at 42%. That's fine. The rocket is just going to keep doing deep region scanning, and I don't even know that it's doing anything at this point. It's just hard to tell. Anyways, so cargo transporter. I have about 6,000 moles of oxygen. I believe that's more than enough. All my cargoes are on. Uh, how much power do they use? They barely use any power. Okay, so Landing cargo right there. I gotta get the setting up there. Okay. So how this is gonna work? Clearly, rocket build mount is where it's starting. I'll tell it to go to orbit, and then I'll tell it to come down at the basic materials outpost. The reason I wanted to go to orbit first is I need the landing car, the housing for the landing to calculate the trajectories and stuff. And I'll leave auto shut off. So 3, 2, 1, go. There it goes. Ooh, what's that over there? I need to build a celestial tracker so I can see that. I think the devs have changed something now that the rockets have an orbit. I don't know if you can see it, but if I move ever so slightly, you can barely, you might see like a star twinkle for where that rocket has gone. Up, yeah. I think you can, I can kind of see it. It's the right right above my cursor. There is a tiny little blue light. That's the rocket. I'm not sure if you can see that. It might be one of those squints and you might see it. But that used to not be there. At least not when the rocket system originally showed up. That used to not be there. 14 seconds. Oh, I forgot to check to see. Well, it was what, 5,800, and it only took about 1,000 moles to get to orbit. That's not bad. Okay, so I probably way overfilled it. I probably only needed 4,000 or maybe 5,000 moles. So I'll keep that in mind for next time. All right. So it's calculated 78%. Go to basic materials outpost and 3, 2, 1, begin landing. So it's gonna turn it off. I'm gonna watch this. It should come on at 93%. That's what I'm waiting for. Yep, turned on at 93%, and it'll take 90 seconds. Okay. If we go back up here, yep. Right, right. My mouse cursor is right on top of it. There's a little dot over there. You know, right there. That's the rocket. So I think what I want to do is I probably want to expand this space out a little bit more. That's my power. This is my greenhouse, and I think what I want to do is maybe expand the building out that way so that I can, and a little bit more that way so I can build like a kind of like a rocket watch center so that I can do the launching and the landing. Or maybe I want to do it a little bit further over there. I'm not entirely sure. So the rocket is still there. I wonder if what the devs have done with this game is the rocket gets launched and then it goes up to a predetermined. Oh, you see it coming down. It's landing. It's landing. It better not crash because if it crashes, I lost a whole lot of materials over there. I can still hear it from here. How can I hear it from here? All right, it sounds like it landed. Okay, yeah. So it took about 2,000 moles, so I have 5,800 oxygen. It took about 2,000 moles, so yeah. I think next time I'll just fill it to 5,000. There's no reason to have the extra weights. I have plenty of battery power left, so let's just leave it alone. I have an extra battery that's going to keep it to full. I will eventually make this cryo to work so that I can heal myself, but I need to get the flippin' whatchamacallit, the uh composter working, and it's gonna require some chutes and stuff. But I really want to get the deep miner outpost going. That's like the first thing I want to do. So how do I make a chocolate cake? Let's celebrate with some chocolate cake. So it needs 2 cocoa, uh, 50 sugar. All right, 50 sugar, 1 egg, 1 egg, 5 milk, Do I have milk? I don't have any milk. Wait, I know how to make milk. It's... Oh, it's in there. Why is my milk in here? Okay, got milk. So 5 milk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, I need to put the milk in the fridge. I have so many potatoes. Okay. You know what? If some of these potatoes go to waste, that's fine. Oh, okay. 5 milk and 50 flour. That one's easy, because flour is... It always adds 50. Celebrating the rocket launch. And I am going to go ahead and shower, because this hygiene is not going to be green for quite some time. Yay! Alright. Alright, so with that, we are good to go.
Airtag critical.
Alright. Now that we got everything, we got our food, we got the air, we got the kits and everything. Let's go ahead and close this. Empty out my waste tank. Let's get some ladders. We're gonna need the ladders. We might need some... I don't have any floor gratings. Well, that's fine. Oh, I forgot to pack some iron sheets. That's fine. And that should do it. Alright. Before I leave, this is all off. That's off. This is kind of exciting. First time going to go set up deep miners. That's off. This is I'm gonna come back to a nice base, I hope. I think I'm good leaving everything going right there. Yep. The only things I need to change is I don't want this to cause an explosion. So 1863. That's what that's gonna go down to. And I don't want this working while I am gone. Well, I'll leave that there, but I'm just gonna remove. I'm removing the power cable because I don't want to create any stuff. All right, to the outpost. All right, so what are some things that I've done? I'm gonna go ahead and get my terra manipulator out because I can use this to build bridges for myself as I head that way. Okay, so what do I hope to accomplish? Now that I've sent the outpost that way, the first thing I need to do is make a breathable location for myself because I will need to have eating and drinking places. I completely forgot to drink thinking about it. I am at 112% hydration. I am an idiot. Oh, I just realized that I forgot to eat and drink. Ah, well, too late, too far away. Oh, that is so much better. So glad I listened to some advice. So with the terrain manipulator, I can build some land bridges. And thanks to the fact that I have beacons and daytime, I'll be able to see exactly what's going on. Yeah. That looked like ice water, but I know that was silicon. Okay. It's turning night. Eee. Did I go mining over here? Yeah, apparently I did. Why would I go mining over here? shouldn't waste that, because otherwise I'd have to dig. I'm already going to be on the clock because I was going to say that the whole reason for the 175% hydration was so that I don't have to eat and drink until I basically hopefully had a shelter up. And now, because I forgot to drink before I left, I am on the clock for building a shelter. Whoops. There we go. Just gonna go ahead and build some land burgess. Alright, and my rocket should be, as I crest over this hill, I should see a rocket. Oh wow. There it is! Wow, that worked out so well. Okay. Let's go ahead and store this, because I won't need it just yet. I do. This is going to be a slight problem. I did not bring much of anything to get myself in here. So. Oh, this is a problem. Well, the good news is I can work with this. So I can remove this here, right? Okay. I'm gonna need the steel sheets, please. The steel sheets. Okay. This is already going swimmingly. I didn't plan this very well, did I? I am on the clock for getting this going, and I did not plan this near well enough. Okay, now I need this steel. Okay, good. I got some steel sheets now. Okay. With that, I can now make a platform. Alright. Now the rocket tower is going to be right here. 1, 2, 3. Which means I'm going to need more platforming over here. I just realized that I am doing this without a jetpack, and so this is actually significantly more difficult because I opted not to use the jetpack. And I put a heavy cable right there. That's not gonna work. Okay, so I intended this to be strictly light cables. So now I need to pull some light cables this way. Because I still need to extend umbilicals out to the rocket so that I can actually, you know, get stuff out. Alright. And it is right here. Okay. Arrow this way. I don't think I got that in the right spot. Okay, that one's in the correct spot. Because the other one is going to be up top, above it. There we go. Okay, now those are in the right spot. Ugh. No! Okay. There we go. Can that extend? It can. Okay. Alright, so now I can go on ahead and do this. Think. Alright. Will that work? 1, 2. Down the hole they went. Okay. Okay. Uh... Hmm. I don't know that this will work. I'm basically making a bunch of crappy decisions because of my own lack of planning. Ugh. That works. Perfect. Let's... Nope, that's not working anymore. Something fell down here. Plastic sheets. Anything else fall down there? No. Okay, good. Okay. Now that I got all of that stuff out, let's go on ahead and build a shelter. So, Okay. With a shelter. Where am I going to build it at? Clearly this is going to be like a processing station. That's where I'm going to have deep miners there, and here, if I remember right. So there, and back here somewhere. Okay, so probably the best place for me to build a shelter will probably be right here, maybe? Okay, so let's do that. So for a shelter, I want just to be a basic 4x4. Uh, Not too big, not too little. And yeah, let's do right here. Actually, right here. So, like with all shelters, I will need to make sure that I have the APC right there. I don't have a battery. That's fine. Okay, that's my shelter. Let's do composite doors, because I think glass doors can potentially break. Plastic sheets. And then glass sheets with the crowbar. So let's go ahead and get stuff ready. You know, I actually thought about one thing. Like, I actually kind of briefly just realized that I kind of forgot the, whatchamacallit, the data disk. And then I realized we don't need that thing anymore. Okay. Shelter-wise, I think, come on. I want this here. And I want a window right there to see the rockets. And the same point, I kind of want glass right there. And I think I want a window right here. So I'm going to go on ahead and fill this out. Because I'm going to need to go on ahead and vent it out. Okay. I want... Okay. I want an active vent here for that. And then I want one over here. That'll be for the refilling my tank. So let's go ahead and wire all of this up. I think I forgot the gas sensor. That's what I forgot. I forgot a gas sensor. I can't finish the airlock without a gas sensor. Of all the things for me to forget, it had to be the... It had to be that. Okay. Okay, the passive vent did not come out, so gotta get that out. Because I need to empty out the interior. And pipes. Alright, so I need that right there. And that right there. So this is int exterior. Let's go ahead and vacuum this out so that way I can have a nice breathable place. And for simplicity's sake, we're just going to open that until this place is a vacuum. And this might be a good place to call it once I make it breathable. Alright. Now that that's done. Okay. I'm gonna need these utility pipes. And I actually will need the oh, that's just the airlock console stuff. Hmm. There's the battery charger. There it is. Okay. Alright. Alright. I wanted to make sure I have a locker for my 2 foods right here. Battery charger right here. battery charger in my outpost. Okay. Where is that? Well, that's why I won't. This is gonna look so stupid, but there you go. That should be enough to hold oxygen. I can always just remove that. Okay. Now the worst case scenario is I'll have to come back. To because I didn't bring enough supplies. And it is actually kind of a likely prospect. But I think you get the point that I essentially got a very decent setup for this. Okay. Now, to pressurize this space is going to be very simple. Uh, okay, last time I remember doing this, um, this did not create any ice. So when I did that in Venus, it did not create any ice. I don't know why, but it seemed to have worked this time. Okay. And yes, that is inside. Perfect. Okay. Oh. All right. This is my food. This is my water. So this is perfect. Oh, all right, guys. So this is a good time to call it. So this is Shadow Drake, and when we return, we are going to finish up setting up this deep miner outpost, and hopefully start getting the deep miners actually collecting some stuff. And I could actually use this as an outpost where I could send this back and send a ridiculous amount of ores back. So this could be a staging outpost or something else. So this is definitely different from the base, and might as well eat. Let's eat some canned French fries. Canned French fries. All right. Thank you for your time, guys. Hope to see you. Hope to see you later as we set up a deep miner outpost. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye bye.